know that most of what you've seen, read, or heard about Billy the Kid is untrue? My name is Gail Cooper. I'm a medical doctor and forensic psychiatrist. My specialty is murder case consultation for the defense. For 20 years, I've used my expertise to uncover the real Billy the Kid. Researching over 40,000 pages of archival documents and books, I've written the revisionist history. It's shocking, it's liberating, and I've written books demolishing the hoaxes, hijacking the history. My talks will share with you what I've found. Cover-ups, misinformation, and fakery, to use Old West lingo, will bite the dust. This talk wraps up the debunking of W.C. Jameson's and Frederick Bean's promotion of Brushy Bill Roberts as Billy the Kid in their 1998 book, The Return of the Outlaw Billy the Kid. The information is from my book, Cracking the Billy the Kid Imposter Hoax of Brushy Bill Roberts. W.C. Jameson's and Frederick Bean's exertions in their 1998 book, The Return of the Outlaw Billy the Kid, demonstrate that imposter Brushy Bill was undergoing a dishonest transformation by his subculture of backers. From 1950s Pardon Brushy's killing no one, forgetting Pat Garrett, and claiming a Fort Sumner steak restaurant was low on steak, to 1955's alias Billy the Kid Brushy with his racist N-word soldiers, Lincoln County cattle war, and his girlfriend Celsa Gutierrez, he had become 1998's Return of the Outlaw Brushy with an imaginary genealogy featuring McCarty, Bonney, and Antrim names, knowing about regulators, being cleansed of racism and bad grammar, and getting his retouched photo matched with the doctored tintype of Billy the Kid. But since Return of the Outlaw Brushy also spoke, Brushy's tape-recorded quotes revealed was real Brushy's fatal, dark, moonless night era for July 14th, 1881, which alone ended the hoax. The growing Brushy Bill hoax also came with a growing corollary, defamation of lawman Pat Garrett as a heinous murderer of innocent victim Billy Barlow, who despicably hid his crime to pocket the Billy the Kid reward money. Brushy Bill hoaxers were also dividing more obviously into proselytizing dupes like W.C. Jameson and Frederick Bean, and profiteering charlatans like hoax creators William V. Morrison and C.L. Sonneshin. But their approach to convincing audiences was merging. Misinformation and lying were the currency of true believers and con artists alike. Cheating was becoming the way to win, and winning was making Brushy Billy the Kid. Nevertheless, one shouldn't omit compassion for the hoax's poignant legacy from the man who started it all, Oliver Pleasant Roberts, self-named Brushy Bill. His early onset mental illness had left him dependent on family care and financially restricted to farm labor. From so little, by wits, delusions, energy, and a few sources, he spun his Old West mirages into outlaws and lawmen and reflected glory. Banging down his carnival act mallet as Frank James, as Jesse James's and Belle Starr's friend, as a Pinkerton detective or as the owner of Sam Bass's pistol, he didn't top the indicator board. But he finally rang that bell in his 7th decade with Billy the Kid, when his own P.T. Barnum's Morrison and Sonisham heard that clang loud and clear. Brushy had proved that he could make something from nothing. Uneducated, poor, and crazy, he got to perform his final charade in the mansion of New Mexico's governor. But flying that close to the sun may have released his demons, who hurled him through his thin veil of reality into insane and abject terror, anticipating unpardoned execution as Billy the Kid. With his wildly overtaxed heart being the weak link in his biological chain, his agony brought swift death in 28 days after pardon failure. But his mad magic lived on. Brushy's books and backers also pathetically labor greatly to create nothing real. Though Frederick Bean passed away, W.C. Jameson became a main player in the Brushy Bill hoaxes of the 21st century. The march continued with a parade of profiteering New Mexico public officials, a scamming professor slipping into C.L. Sonisham's slot, complicit fake news, and a crooked forensic expert, all dragging along their emperor with no clothes. But before my talks move to debunking the 21st century Brushy Bill imposter hoaxes, I'll present in the next talk the only person who figured out how to legitimately profit from Brushy's tale, and it generated a fortune for him.